Hello, and welcome back once again to the I'm Hungry podcast. I'm Foster,
I'm Daniel.
and we were just talking about it. It's been 13 days, almost 2 weeks since the last episode. Got kind of caught up and stuff.
Well, it's the new semester.
Yeah, new
It's the
semester.
start of
So this was
season
your
two.
season two. Are we gonna do seasons?
I
Nah,
don't know.
we,
I
we
kind
can
of
we
hate
can
that when.
it can be like our head canon is seasons.
Yeah, sure. I kind of hate when YouTube channels do seasons. Like, I mean, I guess I understand like why you'd call it that. Like, I don't know if they're taking a break until next year or whatever. But like, it's not a TV show. It's not like a thing where they're filming. I
Yeah.
mean, I guess it is like like TV shows film during a certain part of the year, and then they stop while the show is out, and then they do the next season or whatever. It's
What
like a
about what about like Fortnite?
what about Fortnite?
They do seasons. They do like
What
season like they do like season passes and they'll do like seasons and stuff for like content.
like wait, so is it like you're playing Fortnite season 11, or you're playing Fortnite with a season 11
No, you're playing like
pack?
Fortnite season 11.
Oh, is it like the same as a version?
Yeah, well, yeah, because
Uh,
they'll like update the map and like add new items or whatever,
okay, so they're just
like new
using season as
challenges,
like a trendy word for
like an
version.
expansion pack or something. Yeah,
Okay,
they call
but
it a
they're not. It's
season
not like.
because it's like timed.
Wait, what?
It's like
Your
timed.
access to it is timed?
Yeah,
Oh, that's stupid.
so it's like a season.
Okay, I guess that makes. Yeah, that makes more sense.
Yeah.
Okay, but I mean, YouTube channels typically upload like pretty much year round and take a break for a few weeks or whatever.
That's
Like
true.
the
That's
ones
true.
that do the season thing. So it's just like, I mean, yeah, technically it works, but it's just like I don't know. I think it's like a crowd pleasing way to like mark time
No
in
seasons on
your
the I'm Hungry podcast.
no
All the
seasons.
way
Just
through.
yeah. I mean, it's just semesters.
Yeah.
That's kind of what it is. This is semester 2.
So this was your first week, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
and yours as well, right?
I think was this my second week? I think this was my second week.
Oh, really?
I honestly can't remember. Wait, maybe it
I
was my first.
I thought it was your. I thought we moved in pretty much
Dude,
the
yeah,
same time.
time is I have no like concept of time anymore. It's like
Oh wait, you moved in. You moved in like in the
I
middle of
moved
the week.
I moved in last Friday. That's right. Because I was thinking
Okay,
like
yeah. So that was
weekends. I was thinking like okay, this
right,
is my
right.
second weekend here.
Yeah. So
But it's
and
my
I moved
first
in on
week.
the Monday after that Friday. So we've both had basically 1 week of school.
Mhm.
Well, how's it going so far?
It's going interesting to say the least. You know? I
Yeah.
I moved in on this Friday. The weekend was good. The energy was good. I feel this semester it's different. It's like different. I don't know. I can't exactly put my finger on it, but it's different. Like you wouldn't think that it would feel different because it's like the same year, but it sort of is. Like it's like I have new classes, new teachers, new
Yeah.
like I'm back in it's like winter, so it's colder, it doesn't feel the same. Like it feels like a new year. It really does.
Yeah.
And
I know what you mean. Yeah. Like that's what we were talking about. Like the anticipation for this semester was different than the usual, like, or at least the high school anticipation during winter break. Because
yeah.
usually there isn't really anticipation for the second semester
Yeah.
in high school. But yeah, because there's all new classes and stuff.
So it definitely holds
That come.
true. Yeah.
Yeah. Right. So yeah, I get the same thing. It definitely feels different.
And yeah, but and I've been feeling good for the most part. Very hectic though. That's one thing. I feel a lot more chaotic than I did last semester. I'm not
Oh
sure if
really?
it's just that I'm sort of like getting ironically enough like I kind of understand how it works a little bit better, so I'm trying to like do more things and by proxy that's making it feel more chaotic because like last semester I was sort of just like, I need to figure everything out, so I like slowed everything else down except like classes.
Yeah, right.
But like everything feels a lot more chaotic. Maybe it's also because I have a job now too. I don't know. But
I
yeah,
mean, that makes sense. Yeah, like the part about like being more prepared for like what to expect or like what you have to do and then wanting to do more things or like knowing where to go to find things you want to do or something, like basically feeling more comfortable with the options you have.
yeah.
Like that definitely makes it feel more busy.
Like I
Like I
feel
know what you mean.
comfortable with the classes, so now I'm like trying to feel comfortable with like the campus more, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, right.
Um but yeah, it feels a little more chaotic, but like not too much. I'm staying mostly on top of my classes. I slept through like my first class of the semester. It was bad.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because it was a 9 a.m. on Monday, and I worked the night before till 5 because I worked 10 p.m. to 5 a.m.
Oh,
And
okay. I heard
I was
like
like,
5 a.m. Yeah.
yeah, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna just take a little nap, and then I slept in. I set my alarm, but I guess I just slept through it. It was funny because I asked my roommate, I was like, did you hear my alarm go off? And he was like, yeah, I heard it off. I heard it go off and went off for like 3 seconds, and then it went off. So that means that I like sleepwalked, got out of my bed, turned my alarm off, and
Oh,
like got back in.
okay. So it wasn't just like a short alarm. It was like you actually turned it off and then like
Yeah,
went back.
apparently.
That's hilarious.
I don't remember doing that at all. That's that. Yeah. So I guess I was just so tired.
Well, speaking of alarms, I for the first time, I don't know if I mentioned this yet, but I found on my new phone an alarm that doesn't give me PTSD when I hear it out of context.
Yeah, like the.
You know, yeah, or like an alarm that because some of them or most of them are like, or the one I remember is the.
I know the one. I
Yeah.
know the one.
Okay, so that's the one I've used for a long time, and that one, like, if I hear that
You're like,
when I'm not being woken up, it's like, oh my, like it's just I get like a nervous. It just makes me really
it
anxious or whatever,
activates your
and
fight or flight.
yeah, it's like, oh my god, I don't like that noise. And then when I, obviously that's because when I wake up to it, I hate it like more than anything else in the whole world. It's just like
Yeah.
it's just so like cheery and upbeat. It's like trying to
And
be a song
it seems
oh
so much louder than like anything else on your
yeah,
phone too. Or is that just me?
yes, no,
Like
yeah, it's definitely extremely loud.
you'll be playing like a YouTube video or something and it'll be fine volume, but then you play that and it's just like boom and you're like, "Whoa."
Yeah, exactly. And so I've been trying to find an alarm that doesn't do that or that isn't like that irritating. And I found one on my new phone. There's one sound that does it. It's just like a waterfall noise, some birds, and like wind,
That's
like just
nice.
like weird naturey
Yeah,
background
that's
noise.
nice.
But it's like it fades in slowly. So I have it set to maximum volume. So the reason I wake up is eventually I'm just like, why the heck are the birds so loud? Because I'm just sleeping and there's normal background noise or whatever, and then eventually I just get like slowly woken out of it because it's just all of a sudden it's just incredibly loud just in general. So and it's not an unpleasant way to wake up. It's kind of just like, oh, I'm
Yeah.
awake now, and I don't have to listen to a stupid theme repeating over and over again.
You see,
So
for me, if I had that alarm, it would like if I was dreaming, the birds would go into my dream and they would like pester me or something in my
yeah,
dream, and I'd be like, why
I
are
was.
these birds around me?
I was afraid that was gonna happen, but surprisingly, like, and maybe it's just because I said it so loud. It's like eventually, no matter what, it'll wake me up just because it's like really, really, really loud. Like the
Yeah.
speakers on my phone are incredibly loud for some reason. So, like the birds just they stop being, like birds that can get into my dream. It's just like something that's like nagging at me to wake up, but it's not an unpleasant way. So it's
Yeah.
like I'm pretty happy with it.
That's nice. Yeah, one time I had a dream. Like I have two stories about like dreams and alarms. One time, this was recent. I was dreaming, and I was hanging out with like a bunch of friends in my dream, and like we were just like hanging out, and my friend like turns to me in my dream, and she's like, "All right, like catch you later." She's like, "You're gonna leave now, bye." And I was like, "Huh?" And then I woke up, and then like 2 seconds later after I woke up, my alarm went off. So that yeah, I thought I was like,
That's
what
funny.
the fuck?
That's
I
crazy.
was like, this is weird. And then another time, I think it was in like 8th grade or something. I was on a beach, and I had my nightstand next to me in the on the beach, and my alarm was on my nightstand, and it was going off in my dream and in real life, but I couldn't figure out how to turn it off in my dream. And I just kept like hitting it in my dream, and everybody like on the beach was getting super mad at me because it was loud, and I was just like, I don't know how to turn it off. I'm sorry. And then I finally realized, I was like, oh wait, I need to wake up.
Wrong universe. Yeah.
Wrong timeline. Uh,
That's funny. Yeah, it's strange how like the waking or the process from transitioning from dream to awake can change. Like I think my brother Colin was telling me about, or he asked me when we were playing tennis last week. He was like, "Oh, did you come into my room, or did you open the door to my room in the middle of the night and like look at me or something like
what
while
the
I was
fuck?
sleeping?" And I was like, "No, I definitely didn't do that." And he said that he was dreaming, he was practicing the violin because well, we have my mom's old violin
Mm-hmm.
at our house, and so he's just been like, trying to learn the violin as well as all the other instruments he does. So it wasn't like an unrealistic dream. So he was like practicing the violin. Oh, sorry, I bumped the microphone. Practicing the violin in his room with the door closed, I think. And then uh, somebody in the dream, somebody like opened the door slightly, and at that moment he turned from he was like playing the violin, and he turned and looked at the door, and at that same time he woke up and looked at the door. And
Damn,
so he isn't sure whether he actually saw like somebody outside his door like peeking in through the open like crack,
that's scary.
or if it was in the dream. So he like considered like going to my room and like seeing where I was, and like maybe asking me if I just did that, but he was like, I was too freaked out to do that.
That's
That was,
scary, bro.
yeah, it's pretty horrifying.
That reminds me of
'Cause-
like a meme I saw. It was like a text thing from like Tumblr or something like that. It was this dude, and he was like describing a dream that he had, and he's like, I was in a dark room with like a fish tank, and there was a single like goldfish in there, but it was really big, and it like smiled at him, and it had a full set of human teeth, and it said in like a really dark, like low voice, it was like, you should wake up before you forget how to. Yeah. That's
That sounds really familiar. I may have seen that as well, or you may have showed me that. I've heard. I feel like I've heard that before.
like
That's yeah.
that
That was pretty.
concept just haunts my dreams.
Yeah,
Like
that's
haunts
pretty
my
terrible.
waking psyche. I'm like, I hate that.
That's pretty horrifying.
Yeah, I would be like never sleeping again. But yeah. Um
That's really weird.
but yeah, besides sleeping through my first class, I slept through another the next day, but that's besides the point.
Nice.
But other than that, like all my teachers, I think are really really good this semester, so I'm happy with
Cool.
that. I like all my classes. I'm really excited for I'm taking a fashion marketing class,
Ooh,
so and it seems really cool so far. I'm excited for that.
that's neat.
All my
Oh,
classes,
yeah, you mentioned that, I think.
yeah.
Did you? I think so,
I don't
yeah.
know if I
But
did,
yeah,
but
I don't know. I forgot, so it's a new thing to me. But our audience will catch us, I'm sure.
yeah. But yeah, I'm taking that. I'm excited for that. I'm excited for all my classes. I'm excited to be back. Um, yeah,
So it's different in a good way. It's
yeah,
not
it's
like
different in a good
a
way.
weird different. Like, yeah, okay. Well, yeah, I'm pretty much same situation. All my teachers seem cool. None of them, yeah, so far I've only had I've only had one class so far with each of them, because of the way the schedule started. It started on Wednesday, so actually I've only had 3 days of school, um, but I've only had each of the teachers once. So far, they seem cool. I feel like a couple of them might be the kind of teacher that is too like anal, I guess, or
Yeah.
too like
They're like
not
way too
strict.
particular about how things are
Yeah,
going.
like a little too particular, but I don't think so. I don't like they seem cool. So they're not the kind of teacher that's like just particular. They're either going to be cool or cool and a little bit too particular, but that's fine with me. So, um, I one of my chemistry teacher actually recommended that we order a model kit for like because it's organic chemistry, so apparently like having the ability to
Oh, so you're
create
gonna like
models during
create the
tests and
Lewis
stuff.
structures and stuff or whatever.
Yeah, like it's just physical. Yeah, it's like I guess physical ball and stick diagrams. Like those
Yeah.
chemistry model kits that you. I feel like I've seen those before. But so he recommended a type, and I just got it today, and it's really cool. Like I opened up the box, and I wasn't expecting to do this awesome, but it's like the way the pieces connect is really cool.
That's pretty sick.
But the box, the way that they've organized the stuff in the box was so pleasing. It was like they have little pegs where specific things go, and they also have it's a plastic box and plastic pieces, but like imprinted in the bottom of the plastic box are like outlines of the pieces. And because there's a lot of pieces and a lot of them are really similar but slightly different. So there's outlines in the places where that matters of the pieces showing you like what the best way, like the most efficient way to put them in is. And it's really cool because the instruction you're like, well, that was a really nice thing for this company to include. And then I read some of the instructions, and it's really obvious that it was made by like a chemistry professor because it's like
Yeah.
everything in the instructions, they're very specific about how like bonds aren't really bonds, they're just how the atoms interact or whatever. So like he's very
Ah.
specific, like he uses quotations whenever he says with bonds or something. It's just like you can tell it was just really nice because like this guy it definitely has like an engineering chemistry mindset. Whoever it's like his name's like something Darling. His last name's it's Darling Models.
Yeah.
But I don't know, it was just really nice to get a thing that's intended for science and made by an actual scientist. So
That's pretty
that's
cool.
fun. I'm gonna mess around with that. And then yeah, and so my chemistry teacher, I thought that was cool that he recommended that, and other teachers are also seem pretty nice and fun. Classes seem cool. Yeah, so
That's pretty
pretty much the
sick.
same as you.
Yeah. Um. Yeah, that's nice. I got some rollerblades.
Oh, nice.
I those are so much fun. I'm having so much fun with those.
I
Like
don't think I've ever tried them.
literally, I saw a TikTok, and it was a guy like on rollerblades. He was going like super fast, and he was going all over the place. And I was just like, that's sick. So for Christmas, I got some like money, and I was like, I'm gonna get some rollerblades. So I got some rollerblades, and it is exactly. I'm not, obviously not doing it as much as like well as the guy, but it's a ton of fun. Like I love it. It's
That's awesome.
yeah, you can just like chill and like coast, or you can like speed up and like go
Yeah.
really hard if you want.
Is it
Um,
easy to rollerblade, or is it like? Because I remember I
uh
tried skating when I was really little and I
it
sucked at
it
it. I'd probably be
depends.
better now, but
I
do you know how to skate?
yeah. So like
Is it harder or easier than skating?
it depends. I mean, cause like I'm pretty like I it's a lot like ice skating if you've ever ice skated.
But that's the thing that I tried and
Oh,
sucked
then
at.
yeah.
But I
So
was like 5 or something.
if you're good at ice skating, you're probably gonna be pretty good at rollerblading. I caught on pretty quick because I'm decent at ice skating too.
Okay.
Um, but yeah, like you can catch on pretty fast. I think probably because one thing like a lot of people think is like it's not like walking. It's a lot more like you push your feet out to the side to move forward.
Yeah,
So
right.
it's
Like kind
like
of like skiing, right?
yeah,
Yeah. I mean, or ice skating, I guess, but yeah.
yeah, but
And it's harder to fall over, right? Because you
yeah.
have
I've had a lot
you're
of
basically
like
you can stand, right?
yeah. I've had a
Yeah.
lot of like things where like I like sort of trip, but then I like catch myself. I'm like, whoa, I would have like fallen if I was like ice skating or something like that. But
Yeah, right.
the wheels grip the ground pretty well.
And you've got a flat contact with the ground, not
Yeah,
not a blade, so it's probably a lot easier to
it's
stay
fun.
upright.
I'm having a great time with the rollerblades. I think
Nice.
yeah, everyone should take up rollerblading, in my opinion. But yeah, what else is going on this week? But yeah, it's just been very chaotic for me. I've been kind of frazzled a little bit in terms of like figuring out how my schedule is working because I'm still sort of in that like like precursor phase where I'm trying to figure out like the best times to do stuff.
Yeah,
If that makes
I'm in the
sense.
same. Yeah, yeah. I know exactly what you mean. It's like it's really stressful,
I don't
even
have a
though
routine down yet.
yeah, exactly. And it's annoying because it's stressful, but it shouldn't be. Like it's not going to be eventually.
Yeah.
Like at least last semester was like it was stressful in the beginning, and then I figured out how to do the scheduling. It was dummy easy the rest of the
Hmm.
semester. But it's stressful at first, and it's annoying, even more annoying now because I know that it's not going to be once I figure it out. But I still have to figure it out, and that's just irritates me. It's like why can't it just continue where I was continue routine wise where I was last semester? But yeah.
Yeah.
Um, I got new shoes. I
Oh yeah,
mentioned that
yeah,
to
yeah.
you.
You sent me a picture
Yeah,
of those.
yeah.
Those look nice. Those look
They're
nice.
I am in love with them. Like I know they're probably not actual
Nice.
like they're probably not super awesome shoes from like your perspective or like the shoe perspective, but they're I like them just because they're the first like other than plain
Like
black
Nike, yeah.
yeah cloth or yeah I mean I only started doing cloth shoes recently. I mean when they started becoming
Like a thing, yeah.
yeah like cloth tennis shoes whatever, so that's what I usually got. But the ones I had holes in them on both toes, two holes in them in both toes from playing tennis because the sole at
Like
the very
wore
end of them
away.
was really really thin. It wasn't even the sole that wore away, it was just the sole was thin, or the rubbery part
Yeah.
that holds the
The
sole
midsole,
in.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah. That was really thin up at the toe. So when I turned, like, changed direction in tennis, your
Your
foot
toe would like
tilts.
drag.
Yeah, the cloth would drag on the ground and not the sole. So I wore like two identical holes in either shoe. So I needed new ones, and I found these ones at one of these like trendy places up in like the Tucson, like the University Street or whatever. So
Nice, nice.
didn't think I was gonna find anything for me there, and they're white. So I've never worn white shoes before. I didn't think I
Mm-hmm.
was gonna be a white shoe kind of guy,
But they were
but
just calling your
I
name.
yeah, I was like I tried them on and they were decently comfortable. They're the type that has like a sock on
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
the heel, which I've never had before. And so pretty much every part about these shoes now I absolutely love. Like I've been keeping them clean. Like if I see any dirt on them, when
Yeah.
I make a note of it, and then like at night when I'm done wearing them for the day, I like clean it off with little. I've like done water, and sometimes a little dish soap is necessary just to
You
scrub it
can just
off a little bit.
like if they're like fully cloth, you can literally just throw them in the washer too.
I don't think they're not fully cloth. They've got a lot of other
Like
textiles on
little
them. I don't
plastic
want to.
bits.
Yeah, I don't know about. I don't think plastic, but yeah, I guess just other kinds of
Like a
fabrics or
foam
other.
kind of thing.
There might be like a chunk of leather. I can't tell if it's leather or not. I don't think it's real leather, but it's like faux leather or
Yeah,
something.
but
But
you
anyway,
sent
I
me
just
you sent me the picture of those and I was like, dang, Daniel, okay. Damn,
and
Daniel.
I
I
thought
was
they would.
like,
Oh God, I thought they would look like too much, like really tall or like chunky or something. But they
yeah,
actually look pretty much the same in profile as the shoes I like. Normally, they're just cool and like
yeah.
every time I put them on, like putting the sock thing on because there's two little loops where you put your fingers so you can like pull the sock open. Every time I put them on and take them
It
off, it's
feels
like
like
an
super cool.
experience.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just love it, and I don't have to. They have the laces on the sides,
Mm-hmm.
like they don't have a single column of laces. They've got two columns of laces for each side of the lace. So the top of the shoe is like corrugated white fabric or whatever. It looks kind of like a space boot, which is cool. But I just like the laces on the sides because I don't really have to actually tie it, and because of the sock too, I don't have to tie tightly in order to get it to grip my foot. I just kind of if you lace it up right and put it on, it kind of does it anyway. So I just tie it to keep the laces from going everywhere. But otherwise, I don't need to tie, to like pull it tight.
Yeah.
So that's really nice. Yeah. Anyway, I just like my shoes.
Yeah, no, dude, that's so sick. I'm glad that like you found a pair of shoes that you think are like sick. Cuz
Yeah.
like it's so nice having like just like walking around and like feeling like you got like a sick pair of shoes on.
Yeah.
I understand like what you're saying like to fully
Yeah. Right.
because you get that new pair of shoes and you're like you're just stepping out, you know what I mean? You feel like $1 million
Yeah.
bucks. Like I'm glad that you got that because like those
Yeah.
are sick too. You sent me a picture, like those are nice. Like I'd get those.
Cool. That's
Yeah,
good.
they're Pumas, right?
Yeah.
Nice
They're-
Puma. Yeah,
Yeah.
a
I know
good
exactly. Yeah.
a good undercard pick, you know?
Yeah.
Because you got like Adidas and
Nice.
Nike are like the big boys, but then you got like
Yeah.
Puma, like
Yep.
underdog.
There we
Puma
go.
puts out some good stuff.
I
I have
mean,
a pair of
yeah.
Pumas.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think this is the only pair of Pumas that I've ever had, but I like them. I'm definitely gonna look for similar shoes in the future, but I'm gonna try and keep this pair in good shape as long as I possibly can.
Yeah.
'Cause I do like, yeah, and I know what you mean. Like I'm like, I put them on and I like walk out my dorm and I'm like, nobody can stop me.
Yeah, you feel
I
like
go destroy whatever I do.
you're just like the man.
Yeah,
But yeah, that's
exactly.
sick. I'm happy for you.
Thank you.
But, I got a story from earlier today.
All right.
So I was chilling outside eating like my lunch in the student union
Okay,
area. And I was just chilling there. I was with one of my friends. And we were just chilling, like talking, hanging out. And like there was this group of guys like next to us, and they were all huddled around this one guy on this laptop. And we didn't really think anything of it, so we were just like talking. We were there for probably like an hour. And these two guys come up to us, and they were like, "Hey, so like, do you guys work?" And like we were like, "Yeah, like I get, yeah, like why?" We were sort of like weirded out. Basically, what these guys were doing is they were trying to pitch Forex to us. Do you know what Forex is?
No, what? I don't know.
So it
What
stands
is
for
it?
like foreign exchange. Basically,
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
it's a scam. It's a full on scam. It's a pyramid scheme. Like they were talking to us. They were like, "Do you see that guy over there in the white? His name's like Fasul or something." They're like, "His name's Fasul, and he makes like $1 million a year." Like, do you guys like just listen to us real quick? They weren't even like asking us if we wanted to talk to them. They were literally just
Yeah.
like talking to us, and we were like, And then they sat down at our table with us, and we were like, oh okay, like I guess you're
Oh
sitting here
my.
now. And like it was just so weird because they were so like pushy about it, and they were like yeah, we make like all this money in like this short amount of time, and like you can do that too, like just listen to us real quick, like that guy's like he's balling, like and they're telling us like there's like we know this one girl, and she makes like 50,000 a year, like passively, like passive income. And I'm like, okay, so like she's making that passively. They're like, yeah, she's making it passively, so like she's not actively trading then, right? And they're like, yeah, no, like she's not actively trading. And I'm like, then how is she making money? And then like I sort of like was poking holes in their
Yeah,
whole
yeah.
deal. And so like basically, if you don't know what Forex is, you're basically like trading like little tiny like stocks or whatever. I'm not really sure if it's stocks or like currencies.
Oh, wait. Is it Forex like we learned about like the foreign exchange thing? Like, uh, we learned about it in economics. Like
uh,
it's Forex, right?
yeah.
So it's like trading through that or something.
Yeah, I think it's like foreign currencies. You're just basically
Yeah,
like trading money at like the exchange rates to like get a
yeah, that's
better.
what it was. Yeah. It's the exchange rates of, yeah, like the part of like the analysis that you had to do in economics
Yeah.
was
So,
like what the exchange rate is and stuff.
but like this isn't like that. Like it is that, but it's also not that because it is a pyramid scheme. Because right.
Yeah, it's just like like a side
Yeah, basically
chain
what they're
thing.
telling us, like this girl that makes 50,000. I'm putting this in quotations, 50,000 a year passively. How she makes this money is she gets commission by inducting other people into their like Forex school,
Yeah. That is
right?
just a pyramid scheme.
Yeah. So I was like poking holes in their shit. I was like, so like like I wasn't like straight up like dissing them, calling it a pyramid scheme, but yeah, I was like, and they were getting pissed. They were getting pissed at me because like they were like, no, like no, it's not. Like, dude, like just listen to us, and like, and this dude, like the other thing is too is this guy comes up to us, like the first thing he does when he comes up to us, he's like, yeah, I'm a med student. I'm like, I'm thinking in my head, I'm like, bro, if you're a med student, how are you out here like peddling your
Yeah,
pyramid
why do
scheme to
you?
us right now?
Yeah,
Like you should be studying or like something like that. I don't know.
yeah.
Like med school's hard, bro.
I mean,
And
he's using
also,
they were using a little bit of ethos on you,
yeah,
getting
just a
some of
little
their
bit,
credibility
just a little
done.
bit. And also, it's like, why are you doing this if you're studying to be a doctor? Like, you don't
Yeah,
need. If you're gonna be a doctor, you're gonna have money. Like, you don't need to trade forex. Like,
yeah. It's just
so I was just like, and they were telling me about like their school and like it was like the ILV Academy or something like that, and I just told them, I was like, bro, honestly, I'm really not interested. And they were like, oh, okay, all right, and they like
it
left.
didn't get that by then.
Yeah, and then like me and my friend were just like, all right, that's our cue to leave. But yeah, that's just an interesting little story I had today. It don't if you're listening and you see it, like if you see it on your friend's Snapchat stories and all this stuff, like I made 3K in an hour, like don't listen to them. That shit is a scam. They're trying to get you to pay for their course. And yeah, maybe you could make a little money, but like it's a pyramid scheme. That's what it is.
Yeah,
Because they're
it's
gonna tell
like
you refer your friends to them, and the more people that you refer, the more like commission rate you get, and it's just not worth it. Like,
the. I mean, I think pretty much all like anytime you can turn any kind of pitch like that in, like you can reduce it down to get rich quick. It's
yeah,
like just stay away from it.
yeah, literally, they're like what they were leaving, right? And the guy goes to his friend. He's like, I guess they don't want to know about how you made 3K in an hour. I was like, no way you can make 3K in an hour. That is like, if it was like actually real, there would be so much more like media about it. Like, I don't know, I just feel like it would be such a bigger thing if it was actually like a real thing where you can make 3K in an hour reliably, right?
Yeah. Yeah, it's just like maybe he did or whatever, but it would have been like a fluke of the system or so, something just random luck. I mean, who knows, I guess, but like
I just
I see
was.
all those ads on YouTube. For some reason I get a lot of them where it's like, Amazon sell like, guys like standing next to his Lamborghini or whatever in his mansion. He's like, "Let me tell you, here's a free pamphlet about how I made this amount, or just with no investment, no capital, just
Yeah,
from my own home, I
like
made this
I
crazy
put
amount of money."
zero money in and got 300,000 out. Like,
Yeah, exactly. It's just like how, like I mean, it's
yeah,
it's just
like,
you
like,
never like maybe on there's some tiny chance that something is actually true in all of that, but why would you risk it? Like
yeah,
it just seems so much like just a complete. It already seems like a scam.
yeah.
I just
And
don't
also,
understand how
like,
people will fall for that.
yeah, and like homies are out here peddling their shit to like college students. Like,
Yeah, I mean,
if it's really that
it's just
lucrative, why are you talking to us about it? Why aren't you like talking to people with money that you can like
yeah,
actually make? Like, if you can make 3K in an hour off of like $300, say, right? Why
yeah,
aren't you talking to like big investors that can give you 1 million, and that way you can make them like 6 million in an hour, and then you take a cut of like
yeah. You take
five
a
hundred
giant
thousand.
commission.
Like, yeah, like why are you talking to college students who have like $100 in their bank account, dude? Like,
Yeah,
get out of
yeah.
here.
Like literally the only reason is because college students are maybe are like it's
A
more
little more
easy to like
gullible, right?
convince them to, yeah, exactly. That is the only reason that anyone could come up with. There's yeah, like if it's so surefire, there's no reason why you shouldn't be talking to big corporations or people with just a ton of money, because then you can make so much more yourself, and yay, if it works so well,
Yeah,
why not? There's
yeah.
no reason.
That was just an interesting encounter. I thought was funny, and I also thought it was funny how they were getting upset when I was like rejecting them. But yeah, a little interesting story today. But
Yeah,
what else
very
happened
weird.
this week? I don't know. I
Um,
worked tonight, ten
oh
to
yeah,
five. But no, I don't have
That's
school tomorrow,
crazy.
so I'm not gonna sleep through my 9 a.m. because
Oh
it's
yeah,
not
there's no
happening.
school tomorrow. I keep forgetting that. That's
Yeah,
nice.
it is nice.
Thank you, Martin Luther King.
The boy, the man. Fucking what else? Bought some books, you know, at the
Yeah,
library. Books are expensive,
nice.
man.
How
College
well like
college
I've
is
only
expensive.
the most expensive my textbook has been is $45.
Really?
Yeah, all of them are either inclusive access online, so they're ridiculously reduced in price, like down to the 20s, or
The
like
fuck?
the one book I actually had to buy separately from that was a $45 lab manual for my chemistry lab from a third party. But other than that, I haven't had to buy like I mean, how much are your textbooks?
My physics textbook, which is also online, was 70.
Okay, yeah,
The heck?
that's pretty expensive. That's weird. I My inclusive access stuff is not very expensive at all. But
Interesting.
I mean, still though, like people will talk about having to pay like, $200 or something for a textbook. Have you had anything like that?
I've had a couple like be posted on my class, but I never buy the book without going to the class first. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah, that's fair.
Because I experienced that. I didn't personally, but I saw it like in my math class last semester. My math teacher, like he switched around a couple times. I think I've talked about this before, but the original teacher posted like $150 textbook on like on the classes,
Yeah.
and and then like it's the teacher switched like twice, and when we showed up to class on the first day, the teacher was like, "Yeah, you're not gonna need that." And then like a bunch of kids in the chat were like, "Oh my god, like I spent $150 on this book, and now I'm not even gonna use it." So
Yeah, that's stupid.
yeah,
Yeah,
but
that's smart then to
so
wait.
yeah, I haven't had to buy like a $200 book yet, but I'm sure that it's upcoming with
Yeah,
like
it's gonna
engineering and
happen.
stuff like that eventually. Hopefully
Huh.
not, but probably.
Yeah. Oh well. Well, I'm doing
Um,
this homework assignment, the one I was working on before we started this podcast. It's my first math assignment. It's not math. It's like one of those, just give me assignments where it just makes you think or whatever. So the second question on here is about these creatures on an alien planet, and they're called hold on. They're called bleaks, plukes, glukes, wait, sorry. God, I get these confused. Bleaks, plukes, glukes, pleeks, flukes, and blukes.
what the
So,
fuck?
and then it says, a creature from that planet visited Earth and it told us the following. And it's like, all blukes are bleaks, all bleaks are glukes, all plukes are glukes, all
Bro,
plukes are
what?
pleeks, so on. So it gives you a bunch of these things. And one of them, or there's like, only plukes eat flukes, and no bluke is a pleek or whatever. But so then it asks you questions like, or actually it gives you a statement like, all plukes eat flukes, and you have to say whether that's true, false, or you can't say, and then you have to give reasoning. So it's just like constructing arguments and
Did you
stuff.
actually like memorize like the flukes and bleaks, or like did you just assign
I don't have to
variables to
memorize.
them?
I wrote it down on a piece of paper in a much easier way to write it. Like I put like for all blukes are bleaks and all bleaks are glukes. I just did blukes equal sign with an arrow pointing because it can't go both ways, right? Or it doesn't necessarily go both ways.
Yeah.
To bleaks and then another arrow pointing to glukes. And then after I listed them all out that way, I made a little map that has similar like arrows and stuff, but it's kind of like a oh, not taxonomy,
Like a
uh,
food chain,
evolutionary tree. Wait, what did you say?
like a food chain type thing.
Yeah, kind of like a food chain. What's the thing in evolution where it shows like ancestry?
I know what you're talking
What's
about, but I can't remember the name.
phylogeny? Is that it?
Phylogeny. Yeah, 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 yeah.
Phylogenetic tree? I think that's it. So I made like a little phylogenetic tree because I'm imagining. Well, yeah, I don't think it's necessarily evolution. It's just like classifications. But so I made one of those, and that actually has really helped answer the questions. But I feel like I'm going way overboard on my explanations. But I think I'm correct so far. Like I'm like one of them is So it's asking are all plukes, or it's giving me the sentence all plukes are bleaks, and I have to decide whether I true, false, or can't say. And so I'm like, even though all plukes are glukes, there is no information which states either that all glukes are bleaks or that all glukes are not bleaks. So it is impossible to confirm or deny whether all plukes are bleaks. So I
Damn.
wrote that out, and that was using my map. And then I realized that you could go a different direction in the map to get to the same conclusion. So I was like, after that, I was like, similarly, and then I continued to, I basically explained the same thing, but just through that other pathway, just so I cover all my bases. I
They
mean,
probably only wanted one.
yeah, probably, but I just don't want to be, well, I don't know. It's kind of fun. Like, it was really annoying at first,
It sounds kind of
but
fun.
yeah, it is kind of fun because the map has
Yeah,
really
you
helped
made
because I
it.
can
You
read
made it
it.
fun. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Like trying to do this just in your head with language would be a nightmare. But once
Yeah.
you have the map, you don't really care about like, what's a pluke or what's a gluke or something. You just go from dot to dot on the map. But
I would like
yeah, it's
assign.
a
I would assign like variables to him or something. Like,
yeah,
and then
right,
do it that way. Like x
right.
equals y. Like x is blukes and then y is flukes.
Yeah, that's a way to do it. I considered that, but I got used to the blukes, pleeks, fluke. Like I got used to saying them in my head and like ignoring the
It sounds like a Dr. Seuss novel.
yeah, ignoring the Dr. Seuss-ness of it. But yeah, I thought about doing the variables. That'd probably be a good way to do it if I had to start over and forgot everything. But now that I'm used to it, I'm just like, so if a bleak is directly connected to a bleak, hypothetically, then that means a bluke must be a bleak, and that means that means only it eats flukes. But it says that a bluke can't be a bleak and can't eat flukes, so that can't be true. Or like,
Indeed.
I'm used to
Yes,
saying
of
it like
course.
now.
Of course, the flukes. Yes.
Yes, indeed.
That's funny. I haven't had any assignments like that yet.
What have you had like actual assignments so far, or have they been
Yeah, I've
like
just had like
syllabus stuff?
just math, like math, like straight up math. I had one fashion assignment where I had to like analyze like Converse and
Oh,
like
nice.
describe their like strengths. There was like an acronym. It was like SWOT, like strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and like technology or something like that.
Yeah, cool.
And
That's
like
pretty neat.
or threats. Threats is the
Ah,
T. And I'd like
threats.
analyze like the brand on those categories and like describe them. That was interesting.
Yeah, that sounds cool.
But yeah, school so far it's going. It's chaotic. Figuring it out. It'll be fine though.
Yep, that's pretty much the story.
Yep.
Well, do we have anything else? I feel like that's pretty much everything that's happened to me,
Yeah.
as far as I can
We're at like
remember.
43 right now too, so we got a good
Oh
time.
yeah, wow.
Yeah, it went by fast. I wasn't even like looking at the time.
Yeah, impressive.
But yeah, I don't got anything else either. Honestly, going to any parties, Daniel?
No.
No?
Oh, I did hang out with Sam and Sebastian.
Sick.
We Sam and I got sushi, and then we met up with Sebastian afterward and had dinner,
That's cool.
like outside and whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was pretty
I saw.
fun.
Do you remember Carl Maddox? Do you know Carl Maddox?
No, it doesn't sound familiar.
Oh, okay. He came to Saguaro like senior year.
Oh yeah, I definitely don't know.
Yeah, I hung out with him. He was cool.
Nice.
But yeah.
Oh,
I
did you know that Simon transferred here?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, so I've seen him a couple times. I said hi. He wants to be or I don't know if he said that he wants to. I offered that he could be a guest on the podcast at some point. He seemed interested, but we got to get Finn.
Yeah.
Finn is a guest.
Yeah, I haven't talked to Finn in a little bit. We might get Simon first. I don't know.
Okay, I think several people here would. Sebastian said he would be up for being a guest. So we've got people we could invite on the show.
Yeah. Fucking excuse me, God. I might rush to try and be in a frat
Oh, cool.
this semester.
Nice.
We'll see what happens. That's still a punitive thing as of right now, but I'm not sure if I used that word right, but I think I did.
I don't. Well, I mean, it was funny. I don't know if it was right, but like, what were you trying to use it as?
Like in the works type deal.
Okay, I isn't
I
punitive.
did not use that right.
You did not use that right at all.
Inflicting
It
or
was
aiming
hilarious
to
though.
inflict punishments.
Yeah, that was really funny though. Like it's still a punitive thing right now.
It's still a punishing thing right now.
I mean, because yeah, that could be a very like clever joke. I don't know why. It's just funny. I'm just thinking because of like, well, because like Sam's fraternity, everyone got COVID, like the first day or whatever. So I was thinking in terms of like social distancing. It's kind of a punishing thing.
If I get hazed, it could be pretty punitive.
Yeah, I don't know. It's a funny word to put there.
Punitive.
Punitive.
But yeah. So I'll keep you guys updated on that. Keep you guys updated on the T-Bell stories. No crazy Taco Bell 5 a.m. stories yet.
T-Bell.
But
That's
yeah.
funny. All right.
All right. Catch you later, viewers.
Goodbye.